It's that time again. We're going to catch up with that man, Budgie. How are you? Premiership legend. How are you?
I've got coronavirus officially. I sent you a letter about 2 or 3 days ago.
I know.
I felt terrible. And you know what? I only come on this because it's you. I only came on this because I'm dying in my shoes. Now I'm getting better.
Oh,
seriously,
well, I tell you what, you seem to be in a nice place to get better. Where are you now, Budgie?
I'm in my back garden, Kevin.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in my back garden. This is what I've got. I look out every morning when I wake up. You know, and I've earned that, Kevin. You know, diving at people like you's feet. You know, getting kneed in the face, getting a smash in the flipping nose. See all of that? See all of that? That's what it's down to. Yes. I can live in the sun.
So where are you, Budgie? For people who don't know, where are you? Where are you living?
I mean, Oman, Muscat, Oman, the best country in the Gulf.
Okay.
Because people know Dubai. It's a 4-hour drive from Dubai.
Right.
But I lived in Dubai for 6 years.
Yeah.
You know, I worked for Alain for Al Wasl for 2 years. And believe me, this is the best country in the Gulf. By far, you only look at the mountains. You know, you look at the mountains, you look at the seascapes. Dubai has only got man-made junk, you know, and malls. You know, you get sick of it after, you know, 2 or 3 days, and you're sick of Dubai. You're never sick of this. You never. Right. I've said to you, 25 years now, Kevin.
25 years you've been out there. Well, listen. Yeah. Let's get started because what I don't want to do, I don't want to take too much of your time, Budgie. I don't want to take because I know you're not well.
You're running it. You're running it.
Yeah, but I know you're not, Budgie. I know you're not well, and you know you're starting to feel. You don't feel as fit as you once did. Let's put it that way. I believe. Is that true?
Speak off, I tell you, I'd feel as fit as I do. I feel fitter than you. I run you.
No chance.
If we were in Barcelona, we'd have a 5-mile race. See who's the bloody fittest. I'm fitter than you.
Budgie, let me just tell you this. Oh, I don't want to kill you, Budgie.
Anybody at Palace on Sheffield United who won the cross countries, Budgie, and I can still win them.
Budgie, listen.
What?
You're an old man. Let's get cracking. Budgie, let's start off with Crystal Palace. We're going to talk Premier League. Your old club, Crystal Palace. What's your thoughts on them?
It's very close to my heart, Kevin.
Yes, I know that.
I enjoyed the best days at Crystal Palace. I joined them when they were in a terrible, terrible mess. And I ended up in the first division. And I got let down by them. In the end, like I say, I always get let down by people who are up to the top. You know, what happened was I signed a 2-year contract. We got up the first year. I kept them up the second year. And went in to Terry Venables and I said, I want the same money as Francis and Flanagan.
Jerry Francis.
Terry Francis, Mike Flanagan. They bought them for £1 million, one from Charlton, Flanagan, and one from QPR, Jerry, right? And they were giving them £5,000 a week, which in 1979 was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I was on, you know, I wasn't even on half of that. And I'd got them up. I'd won Player of the Year 2 years running. And I went into the office, I steamed in, and I said, I want the same money as them two. And Terry came back, he says, Raymond Bloy won't give me the same money as you. Yeah. He says, you know, I says, I've got him promotion. I says, I've kept him up. I've won Player of the Year. You know, I says, get yourself another goalie. Get yourself another, you know me. You know me.
Yeah, I know what you're like. Yeah, I know what you're like.
But yeah, get yourself another goalie. He went and bought Paul Barron.
From Arsenal.
From Arsenal.
Yeah.
And what did he do? First year, what did he do? Took him down. Took him down.
Well, Budgie, I blame you. I blame you for that. I blame you for that. Because Crystal Palace, I like Crystal Palace as well. I'm an Arsenal fan and all that, but I'm a South London boy, so I like Crystal Palace. And I blame you for that. definitely blame you.
Why? Because I wouldn't pay for peanuts. Because they were paying Flanagan and Francis same money. Get stuff.
No. You were, that was you being unprofessional, Budgie.
Why? You know, loyalty to football clubs.
No,
you know,
no. Just do your job. You paid. You got a contract. You signed it, didn't you?
Yeah, but
yeah. Did you sign the contract? Yes or no? You signed it. So anyway, look, I'm not going to get into an argument with you. I'll blame you.
I was at the end of my contract, and Bosman rule wasn't in then.
Right.
But I did it. I said, I'm not playing.
Well, that's fair enough then, Budgie. If you're at the end of your contract, that's fair enough. That's when they could hold your registration, isn't it?
The same money as them.
Yeah, no, listen, I get that. So, listen, I'll take back half of that. Half of that is your fault and half of that's theirs. Anyway, current Crystal Palace.
All of it's theirs. All of it's theirs. Went down because
Budgie, let's talk about Crystal Palace today and where they are in the league. What's your thoughts on Crystal Palace right now? Because they seem to obviously survive every year. They survive every year, but you know, is more to be expected?
Kevin, let me tell you this before I start. If I was an oil well owner like Abramovich, you know, or Sheikh Mansour at Manchester City, you know, I would buy Crystal Palace. I would buy and make myself, because you know London, you know what it's like.
Yep.
To the east, the first club is maybe 10 miles away, West Ham United, which is 1,000,000 miles away in London. Up to the west is Chelsea and Fulham. You know, so that's another 10 miles. You know, around that area of Fulham, you know, and is QPR, is Chelsea. It's only about a mile apart. And then you see West Ham. You've got Tottenham Hotspur not far away. You've got Arsenal not far away. You know, what my point is, Crystal Palace are in the South London and they're on their own, and they can get unbelievable full stadiums every week. The support is incredible of Crystal Palace, you know, because their location. They're a fantastic club, and I don't think they'll go down this year. I'm just been having a look. 37 points they've got. You know, they're 11 points clear of Fulham. They were third bottom.
Yeah.
I can't see them, you know.
Fulham pulling that back.
Yeah, no Sheffield United. You know, no, I can't see that happening. Fulham are playing well. They're a good team.
Yeah.
But I can't see them playing 11 points back.
Too much.
No chance.
Yeah, too much.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Yeah,
you
especially
know, even though the
9 or 10 games left, I can't see it myself. But
no either. And they've bought Jack Butland there to back up Gita.
Yeah.
People keep telling me, because I know a lot of people that still support Palace and we still keep in touch on WhatsApp and blah, blah, blah. They keep telling me he's a good goalkeeper, this Gita. Well, I can't see it.
Yeah.
And I can't see Jack Butland being exactly, you know, a backup as well. They're nowhere near as good as me and Nigel Martin. Seriously, I'm not joking.
Well,
I see them.
Budgie, you're a legend, mate. You're a legend in the game, and Nigel Martin is a really good goalkeeper. I played with him at Everton.
Who?
Nigel Martin. I played with Nigel Martin at Everton.
Fantastic goalkeeper.
Really good and lovely guy as well. Yeah. So maybe they're not Budgie and Nigel Martin,
but they're there.
But they're there, and you know, listen, they're going to stay up this season.
Oh, for sure.
They're going to stay up. So my question to you then was, Budgie, should more be expected of this Crystal Palace side, or is this about right for them just to survive?
I think this is wise, why as he pronounces
Yeah.
this, why, not Roy, why. I think that's his last year. It's about 74 or 75 now.
Yeah, he's getting on.
And he's knocking on. But that doesn't mean to say he can't do the job, because players like him.
Yeah.
I know Roy very well.
Yeah, father figure, isn't he? Yeah.
Father figure. He can go in and he's not going to shout at you, and he's going to encourage you. But it's not the modern day. It's not the modern day style. The modern day styles is get a Pep Guardiola or a young lad,
Klopp or a Klopp or someone.
Correct. That's the people who are chatty and they push the club. They're in front of the club. People like Pep, who's up front.
Yeah.
On the interviews.
The image, the good image, the image.
There you go.
The image.
That's what the image.
Yeah.
Roy doesn't present that. They've just Tuchel, what is his name?
Thomas
Chelsea.
Tuchel, yeah.
They're another one. Brendan Rodgers, who, by the way, has never played a game of football in his life. Tuchel's never played a game in his life. Jose Mourinho, has never played a game in his life. But they're very good at camera work. Very, very good at it. And they promote the club. I've been thinking this for the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's not your manager now. It's not your coach. It's your technical director that brings in great players into football clubs.
Mm-hmm.
And John Rudkin at Leicester City is the best one ever.
Oh, he's been superb.
Why is Leicester?
Yeah, it's been superb.
Small club like that, they can win the champions, the Premier League 2016. They bring Conte in, they bring Mahrez in, Harry Maguire, from Lincoln City, from
Hull. Brought him in from Hull, yeah. Signed him from Hull.
All over. And they've sold them. And they've replaced them.
Yeah.
Now it's not down to Brendan Rodgers that gets all the credit. It's John Rudkin, the technical director, the guys that sell it. And it's important, very important. We're going to talk about.
Well, Budgie, this is an important part, and we're gonna move on to point 2, which is another team that's close to your heart, which is Newcastle. What's your thoughts on Newcastle? Because back in the day, they used to recruit from the local area. Great players used to come through that football club. What's going on at the club, Budgie?
It's a massive club, but the problem is, Kevin, now with these young lads, everybody wants to go to London or Manchester. Nobody wants to go to Newcastle, and they don't pay like the Manchester United, Manchester City, the London clubs do. The wives want to live in the capital. They don't want to go up north where there's pigeons and whippets. You know what I mean? They don't go up north. Manchester is an exciting city.
Yeah.
It's
Liverpool vibrant. It's vibrant. It's vibrant.
It's vibrant. Yes, that's the word. Birmingham. It's not as vibrant as Manchester or Liverpool, because of the pub groups in the 60s that made them famous.
The culture, yeah.
It's the pub groups in the 60s and 70s, like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, they and Oasis, they made the cities famous.
Yeah.
And they know about the city. They'll come and people, these kids that are, are going around now. There's not many great players in the world now, Kevin.
Yeah.
After Ronaldo and Messi, who is there?
Well, there's Mbappe, Haaland. You're looking at your Sanchos, Grealish. There are some good players out there.
Grealish couldn't catch Frank Carradus or Dennis Mortimer. He can't flipping catch. No way.
No, we're talking about now. All you're doing. Listen, Budgie. This ain't. This is a retro come modern show, right?
Correct.
And it's because a lot of the people who are listening won't know who. They won't even know Dennis Mortimer is.
Correct. Well, I'm telling them.
No, but I know. But they won't know.
Yeah, but how did it start? You know, I told you, there's not many great players in the world these days.
So I'm telling you who are the best players who are coming.
Right.
Pedri at Barcelona. Pedri's a good player. You got Ansu Fati at Barcelona, who's going to be a real top player. Real Madrid, you've got Rodrigo, Vinicius, Valverde. You've got them boys coming through at Real Madrid. Martin Odegaard, who's on loan at Arsenal, he's another player who's coming through. So these players are there.
They're not Hollywood.
No, but they're not going to be Hollywood until the Ronaldos and Messis retire. Then it's the next ones to step up, Budgie.
Disagree totally.
Neymar.
You think these modern day fitness coaches tell me they're fitter now because they wear a bra, you know, on the. We were fitter than them. Carry on. Let's get on with this subject.
Well, Budgie, you still haven't told me about Newcastle, because what I said to you was at Newcastle, they used to recruit a lot of the top young local talent. What's happening? And will they survive, Budgie?
Well, it's all about money these days, Kevin. Mm-hmm. And Mike Ashley won't give money out. He won't fork out money, you know. And there was about 6-7 months ago, there was a Saudi contingent gonna, you know, that would have been the best thing ever for Newcastle. You know,
for the city as well, yeah.
For the city, that would have been the best thing ever, you know, for the city, because they would you know, like I say, I was one of them. You know, I didn't get as much money as them, but it was a lot of money in my day. Mm-hmm. You know, if the Saudi people had come in and Mike Ashley had let them in, you know, then you would have seen a different Newcastle United, because the way that they're struggling now is really bad.
It's bad to see.
You know,
Budgie, look.
I think they'll go down, Kevin. I think will catch them.
Well,
6 points behind.
Let me just say this, Budgie, because they've had Wilson injured, they've had Almiron injured, and St. Maximum injured.
Yeah.
And Callum Wilson, he's the top scorer. He's already got. He's in double figures already. He's got 10 goals.
Yep.
In a struggling team. He's also the top assist guy with 5 assists. So you take him out of the team, Budgie, and
nothing.
Almiron is the next top goal scorer with 4.
With 4.
And
4 goals in a season.
4 goals, and Hendricks has got 2. St. Maximum has 3 assists, and the next one after that is Joe Linton with 2. I mean, it's not good enough.
Not good enough, you know, to get them up into where
they should
be.
Yeah, to stay up.
I would think in Newcastle United should have been in the Europa League places every year. But you've just quoted them 3 goals a season for a forward. You know, and that's not on. 4 goals a year.
4 goals, yeah. Almiron's got 4 goals. The only one really who's kind of living up to his price tag at the moment is Callum Wilson, because he's got 10 goals and 5 assists. You know, but he's been injured, and you know as well as I do, Budgie, if you take goals and assists out of a team,
you can't win games. Yeah. You know, it only takes one goal to beat you. Yeah. You know, goals. When I played at Aston Villa, we could let 3 in and still win.
Because you had that firepower.
Because we had the firepower up at the other end.
Up top, yeah.
We could let 2 or 3 in, and we could score 5.
Yeah.
You know, that it was exciting football to me, Kevin.
Yeah.
You know, where, you know, you're walking off the field. I was upset if I'd left 3 in,
Yeah.
you know, but it never happens these days. We never see that. I would love to see the stats, you know, from the 90s, you know, how many goals he scored in the Premier League, you know, compared to now.
Yeah.
All in.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. But Budgie, you've got Newcastle. You think Newcastle going to go down?
I think Fulham will catch him. You know, looking at the way Fulham are playing, you know, they're playing very, very well at the moment.
Yeah.
I think they've got a great to catch them, Kevin. I really do.
I think Newcastle need to get Wilson fit. If Wilson comes back, they have a good chance of beating it for me. They have a good chance because he's one player who can score goals. But if he doesn't come back in time, Budgie, I think they're in
well, there's only
hot water.
9 games left.
Yeah.
9 games left. But it's a quarter of a season, Kevin. It's not bad. It's a quarter of a season.
Yeah, you know? But this is the business end, Budgie, isn't it? This is where it matters.
And I see the papers every day. And the hammering, you know, Stevie Bruce, you know, every day.
Yeah.
It's not good. They need bang, 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 3 wins on the trot.
Yeah.
You know, to
lift
morale.
To lift everybody, yeah.
To lift morale. You know, and the 2 clubs that we've just talked about, Crystal Palace and Newcastle United, are both my old teams. You know what they rely on? The crowd.
Yeah.
The crowd.
Make a difference.
You know, when there's nobody in St. James's and, you know, nobody in Selhurst Park, the players go, you know, when you're at Newcastle and then the fans are pushing you, you go the extra yard.
Yeah.
You run the extra half mile over 90 minutes. You know, same with Crystal Palace. You know, and Wilfred Zaha being injured as well. That's
I mean, he's Palace's top scorer, isn't he? He's got 9 goals. And
well, he can imagine, he's one of them. Is what you never see him for the season, and then he gets it, pop, goal. He can knock it from foot to foot.
He's a presence. Yeah, he's a presence that you have to account for as a defense. Because if you don't account for him, he's going to hurt you.
Else.
Yeah.
Andros Townsend's another one. You know that.
Well, he's the top assist guy. He's the top assister at Palace. So again, you know, you take one of them out, you take the goals out, and you take the assists out, and it's always going to be tough.
Especially, you know, me being a goalkeeper. You know, thinking I've got to keep a clean sheet to get a result. I've got to keep a clean sheet to get a result. You know, when I was asked, I told you we winning 5-3. You know, I know if I let a goal in, if I let 2 goals in with 2-0 down, and you would win.
Yeah.
You know, when you haven't got goal scorers, when you haven't got Callum Wilson, you haven't got Zaha, you know, you're not scoring goals.
You're struggling.
It's depressing. It's depressing.
Yeah. All right then, Budgie. Look, so you've got Palace to stay up, Newcastle to go down, potentially. How about you want another one of your old clubs? It seems like you've played for half the Premier League, which I think you have.
Yeah, and you know what, Kevin? You all paid me.
Yeah, I know. But listen,
I'm a mercenary.
Manchester City, running away with the league. We know Pep Guardiola's.
Don't you think it should be? You know, the money that they've spent.
Well, Budgie, all I'm saying is when the likes of Vincent Kompany and David Silva leave, that leaves a big gap. But
of course,
with the squad they've got, Aguero hasn't really featured, and it's been news broke that he's leaving this summer. You know, they haven't even had a real centre forward a lot of the time.
What I like about Pep, you know, he spent a lot of money. He gets the best players. But what I like about Pep Guardiola is Manchester City are not just the best skillfully. They outwork teams.
True.
I have never seen it. I've only seen one team do what they do, and Pep was in charge. And it was Barcelona maybe 10, 15 years ago.
Mm.
Can you remember when there was Xavi and Iniesta and
Budgie, let me question that then.
wait,
Listen.
you have to let me finish.
I think, listen. Well, you're leaving yourself open.
Why?
Because they got battered last season for the league.
Who?
City.
Yeah, I know, but
so what are you talking about then?
He's replaced them. He spent nearly £1 billion, on players.
Big money.
What I like Pep Guardiola, because he is an old-fashioned manager. He's got passion. You can see it in his face. I bet when he's in the dressing room, he's not frank to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, if you're not pulling your weight, you're going to get told. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're not pulling away. I bet you he's flipping around, throwing things at you. You know what I mean? You fingers pointing. Budgie. That's what I like. And when they lose the ball, boom, boom, boom.
They're hungry for it, hungry to win it, aren't they? They're hungry.
They work harder than anybody. As well, when they get it, they're the best. When they haven't got it, everybody works.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Budgie, here's the $1 million question. Will Man City get the Champions League this season? In your opinion?
Dortmund next one. Yeah. I really do. I think they'll clear up this year because the spirits are high. I like watching City. I like watching Leicester. Yes, I think they've got a great chance for the Champions League this season.
You think it's their year? You think it's their year?
When you look at the teams that are in it, Dortmund, Real Madrid. When you look at, we used to do Real Madrid.
Bayern Munich.
Down. They can't win a game. They're not playing well at all. Bayern Munich.
Yeah, but Champions League. We're talking Champions League here.
I know. No, I know what you're talking
Liverpool
about.
are still in it.
Liverpool are slagging.
But their record, they've got history in it, haven't they?
Yes, they have. But I still think City, with this manager they've got, Pep Guardiola, he'll push. He's got replacements in behind. The lads are getting, this pressing game that they get, this running game that they have, it takes its toll. And not just injuries, fatigue in your legs.
Yeah.
You can't play Saturday and Tuesday, which it is now, till the end of the season.
It is, yeah.
All of it, it's Tuesday, Saturday. Pep's got the reserves to play. Liverpool haven't.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich haven't. Dortmund haven't.
Real Madrid haven't. Yeah, true.
No, Madrid haven't. When they used to play.
And don't forget, Budgie, Chelsea, who just knocked out Atletico, they're still around, and they've got a strong squad too.
They've got a very strong squad, and the manager's new now, and the people are responding to him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's lost a game yet.
No, he hasn't.
He hasn't lost a game, maybe 5 or 6.
He's in double figures, Budgie.
Is he? Fantastic.
Yeah, he's in double figures, I think. Yeah.
He's done absolutely wonderful. I didn't want Frank to go, but he's done a great job. I've got to take my hat off to him.
Yeah.
He's motivated the team. He's motivated the team that must like him.
Yeah.
Because, as I said before, if players like you, they'll play.
Yeah.
They'll run.
They'll grow.
They can. And Tuchel is got it. He's got that presence.
Yeah.
Brendan Rodgers is another one. Pep Guardiola's the boss. Is another one.
Yeah. He's the leader. He's the lead. He's the yard. He's the gauge, isn't he? Pep Guardiola's the gauge.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. He is. And the way he talks, and the way he portrays himself, he's done it all over the yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He spent a lot of money.
Okay.
He buys in the best place.
Okay, Budgie.
I wonder.
So you've got City to take the Champions League finally this
Yes.
season because that's the one they want. Let's move on. Let's move on to a club that's dear to me, and I know you've got a lot of respect for Arsenal.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on Mikel Arteta and the job he's done so far?
Average. I like Mikel Arteta. I like him because he's like a clone of Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola wouldn't have brought him in if he hadn't have liked his mentality.
Yeah.
Pep would have known him. And he's come out of Manchester City with Pep's ideas, and you can see Arsenal trying to play like that, trying to press. But the only thing is, they haven't got the money to buy the top class players. They don't fork out, and you play for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal's got a history, of not paying for great players, not having Hollywood players.
Yeah.
Pep Guardiola is going to the Arsenal, I think, but he's going to the Arsenal thinking they're going to spend money. They're going to be like Manchester City, and they're not. Michel is on hiding to nothing. I think he's doing a good job.
Yeah.
I think his ideas are right, but in the end of the day, Kev,
it's down to
when you've got
players. It's down to players, isn't it, Budgie?
Aubameyang, is not getting the service that Aguero gets.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't get. He hasn't got Raheem Sterling or Mahrez on each side of him.
Yeah.
And they've got nobody like that. That Mahrez and Sterling, when they get it 1-on-1, they beat the fullback.
Yeah.
And they bang it across the goal and then
tap in. You get a tap in.
Tap in. I could still play. I could score goals for Manchester City with them too.
Yeah.
I only have to get in the right place and the ball will come. But it doesn't happen at Arsenal.
So Budgie, do you think it's a really important summer for Mikel Arteta because he has to change some of these players, doesn't he? He has he has to recruit well.
Yeah, but there's not many players in the world, that he can buy. Now I'm trying to look at players which I think I can. They won't Mbappe. They won't buy him.
No,
because
too expensive.
They won't buy people. There's not many great players in this world now. I like the technical director or the scouts, the chief scout they used to call them. I like them when they used to go down to the 4th division, but the 4th division,
see a gem.
3rd division, and see a gem and take him. Vardy. Like a Vardy, bringing him from Fleetwood. That with John Rutkin. Magic. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But all the 3rd division clubs now and all the 4th division clubs now are full of loanees from Chelsea, full of loanees from Manchester United. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of loanees.
Yeah, they're getting game time. But I think there's still... Budgie, there's still gems out there. I think you look in the Championship, you look in League One and League Two, there are still gems out there. I seriously believe that.
Again, nobody, used to go up to Scotland and, used to bring Gordon Strachan's out there and, they used to bring a lot of Scottish players from Stirling Albion, Hibernian, not from Celtic and because Celtic and Rangers, but from the Hearts, they would be bringing players down. Nobody does it now. Nobody goes up there now and pays that kind of money. It's all the Premier League is full of foreign managers, and they don't want the Scotsman. They want the Spaniard, or they want the Portuguese, and we're talking about the Champions League. We're just talking about Porto there. They're the greatest exponent of doing this. I mean, they've got 300 scouts in South America, all over Chile, Venezuela, Brazil, Argentina, and they get kids, a 17-year-old who's magnificent, can beat people. They bring them to Portugal, right? And, they give them a Portuguese passport.
They develop them,
You can get but they give them they've got to understand how they do this. They're the best club in the world at doing this. 300 scouts, they're bringing them 17-year-olds across from Venezuela, from Argentina, from Brazil. And in England, you can't give the passport to them.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
You can do it in France. You can do it in Portugal. You can do it in Spain. But you cannot do it in England. So English clubs can't do that. They've got to pay the money.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that,
Porto, they bring kids in from all over, and then bring them up, give them a passport, and then they bring them in for 200, 500,000, and they sell them for 35 million.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Fantastic.
It's a great business model, isn't it? It is a great business model.
Unbelievable. If people who's watching this, go on your telephones, on your Google, and Google down Porto's transfer policy. And you'll learn so much. And there's Hulk, there's so many
top players they've had, so many players they've brought in who done the business. 100%, Budgie.
Yes.
I'm with you on that. But Budgie, one thing I'm going to ask you is, obviously Arsenal, Manchester United are still in the Europa League. They're in the quarterfinals now. And obviously they're on separate sides of the draw. Who do you think can win it? And what's the chances of an all-English final in your opinion?
Manchester United have improved enormously over the last 6 months. I really did think they were going to sack the manager.
Yeah.
I thought it was on his way out. But he's done great. He's recruited great. I think they've got a great chance of winning the Europa League. Manchester United. I really do. Arsenal, like I say, we've talked about Arsenal. They're not as strong as Manchester United. Manchester United now are, you look at Pogba, he's outstanding.
Back playing now, isn't he?
He's getting his freedom to go forward, get into the box, and that's what he's good at. I thought he was going to go to Real Madrid for sure. I thought Zidane was going to take him.
Is that you got it wrong, Budgie?
No,
did you just admit you got it wrong there? By the way, you got it wrong, didn't you? You said, I knew I'd get you on that one. You got it wrong. You do most of the time, Burridge.
Are you watching this, the audience? Are you watching this? Wait till the end of the season. Wait for another 6 weeks.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Now, but Budgie, so you got Manchester United favourite to win the Europa League, and Arsenal. Do you reckon it could be an all-English England final? Arsenal win the quarter-final, play Slavia Prague over 2 legs.
Who do? Manchester United?
No, Arsenal play Slavia Prague over 2 legs in the quarter-final. Yeah. And fancy Arsenal?
It would be great if it was. It would be brilliant for the television. It would be absolutely fantastic. It would be great for England. But they've got to get, Arsenal's got to get past Slavia Prague. We don't know anything about them. Behind the Iron Curtain, as we say, we don't know anything about them.
Well, they've done all right. They've done all right in the tournament. And obviously, they were involved in that racism thing at, where one of the players abused one of the Rangers players, and Rangers have reported it, and it's gone
Well,
very
yeah,
serious.
you see, yeah. See,
So
I don't like getting involved in this, Kevin. You know,
I know
I'm not racist.
you're not into all that. You just think
I'm not.
it's
I'm not.
crazy.
No, I
It's
live with them.
crazy.
I live with. I live with lads that are Muslims and they're African. You know, and I don't get into that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't get into racism. I don't get into all of that kind of stuff. You know, it's not good for my health.
Yeah,
You
because you
know,
said, yeah. Listen, I agree, but these. I'm just saying, this is the club that happened at obviously Rangers.
yeah, but that's got nothing to do with football. I just meant to say that,
and Kamara was abused or whatever, and a few players were abused or whatever, but Arsenal played
you
them.
abuse
So
me all the time. You abuse me all the time. You know,
yeah, but I'm your mate, Budgie. I abuse you all the time, but I'm your mate, and you try to batter me all the time because we're mates.
Exactly. Well, I don't, because we're friends and we know each other.
Yeah.
You know, we can say things like that to each other. You know, I'll get off that subject, Kevin.
So,
I don't want to.
All right, Budgie, you're not back in Arsenal, so I'm going to move on. All right.
All right.
Not back in Arsenal.
Sure.
So Budgie, could you tell me a bit more into your field, who your top 5 goalkeepers in the Premier League are?
Right. I think number 1, right, is going to be Kasper Schmeichel.
Right.
For me, Kasper Schmeichel. You know, he saves Leicester so many times. You know, he does all the right things. He sends it long when he has to send it long. He never seems to get caught in, on the ball trying to show off. You know, like what happened to England yesterday. You know, it's caught on the ball trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a little short.
Michael.
Crazy.
Yeah. And then I like the lad at Aston Villa, Martinez.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's had an incredible season. You know, I really do. He's South American, isn't he?
He's Argentinian. Argentinian.
A fantastic goalkeeper. He has played unbelievable. And then I like Pickford. You know, I like Pickford because he's a bit crazy. You know, he's a bit like me. You know what I mean? He's a bit off the.
He's off the centre. He's a bit off centre. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're looking at they're all about the same. You know, they're all about the same. There's not many very, very, very good ones apart from them 3. You know, I did an article on De Gea. You know, how does he get one of the best goalkeepers in the world? Loris. How does he get one of the best goalkeepers in the world? It's a good job he's got good 10 lads in front of him.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you the truth. Kasper Schmeichel, Pickford, Martinez.
So what do you think of Pope? What do you think of Pope?
Well, he's good. He's a good keeper. He's all right. He can go in the top 5. I agree with you.
No, I'm just asking you because obviously he's been in the goal for England and stuff. So just wanted your thoughts.
Yeah, I do. I like him. You know, he's not one. I'm not going to criticize him because he does a great job because he's got a fantastic manager. You know, Sean Dyche, who is down to earth. He doesn't like this playing out of the back. You know, he'll send it long and
no chances. Takes no chances. Yeah,
takes no chances. He plays good old English football. You know, because he has the budget. He hasn't got the budget to play fancy down football like Manchester City. You know, so Pope is playing for a down to earth club with a down to earth manager who, Nicky, if there's any danger, put it on the halfway line. Start again.
Yeah.
Even if you give it away, I'd rather give the ball away than give a goal away.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt.
That's his mentality. Now the Spanish lads, I don't know what they're thinking about when they're getting caught on the ball and they're trying to play out the back. goodness sake, lad, just put your foot through it, and then the danger's solved. It is, and I like this one. He's a good one. Edison at Manchester City. He's not just a great with his feet. He never gives a ball away.
So he's in your top five then, isn't he? So is that your top five then? Is that you put Pope and Edison in there?
And Edison, but I like, I don't understand why they play that short ball, out to the sides of a goal kick. This kid, he can hit it from his own 6-yard box, to the edge of their box off the ground.
Yeah.
He's one of the best kickers of a ball I've ever seen. And people don't realise this. Why doesn't he do it more often? I see him do it 2 or 3 times, big long pass where they've scored. Why doesn't he do it from a goal kick? Because he can't be offside of a goal kick.
No, you can't. You're right.
You can go and stand on the edge of their box. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Then you make the pitch bigger. Of course you do. You make the pitch massive if you're goalkeeper.
Why? Exactly. Just go back, put Aguero, put Raheem Sterling and Mahrez, go and stand on the edge of their box every goal kick. And they'll look at you and think they're offside. You can't be offside of a goal kick.
No, true. Very true.
So they take the back 4, right back there to their own box.
Yeah.
Do you get my point?
Yeah, I get your point. And that's a really good point, Budgie. That's a really good point. Okay, let's move on. This is the last. Sorry?
Well, I'm a pro licensed coach, and I think about these things.
Yeah, I know that, Budgie. And you got it renewed, didn't you? You got your pro license renewed.
Yeah, I sent a picture out on Facebook, my first original one. I did with Jose Mourinho. The A Advanced, it was called. It wasn't pro license then in 1995. Yeah. It was an A Advanced license, and then I have to renew it every year. Right. I have to watch these things, what you can say to young kids and what you can't say. It's all changed now, Ken.
Yeah, of course. You've got to be politically correct now and all that. Yeah.
There's like say if a kid goes to the toilet, you can't go and stand beside him and do your business, and then you can't. You've got to have somebody else in there. It's a funny rules now.
Yeah, all health and safety and all that comes into it. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. I get that. Yeah. Yeah. So Budgie, we're at the last we're at the last point, and that is La Liga. And I know you're a Barcelona fan, and I just want your
massive.
I want your thoughts on La Liga right now. Obviously, the race for the La Liga title. Atletico, they're at the top, 4 points clear. And what's your thoughts on who's going to win it?
Who's second? Barcelona.
Barcelona's second, yeah.
Barcelona are going to win it this year. Believe me, they're going to win it. The momentum's there.
Oh yeah,
and bringing Koeman in was a masterstroke. And you know why he was brought in?
I know.
You know why? I know why he was brought in. Go on, tell me.
He was brought in.
He was brought in.
No, there's 2 things why he was brought in, Budgie. I'll let you say the big one, but he was brought in. The second point 2 was he was brought in to get some of these youngsters incorporated into that Barcelona team. The likes of Pedri, Trincao, Ilias, all these guys come in and get playing because they haven't got the money to go out and buy all these players anymore. So go on, what's the first one, Budgie?
To sort Messi out. To sort him out. Because in 1991, he scored the winning goal in the Champions League. Koeman. Is big enough. He did it at Seville, Valencia, when he went there first. And he threw the goalkeeper out. He threw them. First thing he did was threw Messi's mate out. Suarez. Out he goes. Inside 2 or 3 weeks, he I'm the boss. Because Messi was at that time, Messi's gone back to, he's gone back to himself now. He's not, you never see too much of Messi talking anymore on the television or in the papers. He had to have the stamp of approval. Anybody that, like Griezmann, when Griezmann come in, Messi didn't want it. But you can't have things like that. You're a player. Let the manager do his job. And Setien and all of these managers, the two snowflakes before them, couldn't do that. He was there to sort out the politics of that club and the dressing room strength.
It was too powerful. You mean it was too powerful? Yeah.
The player power was too powerful. He was the only man that would come in, old-fashioned guy. I'm the boss. You listen to me, right? And he's done that. He's also changed the system, which other managers have been sacked for. Since Cruyff, it's always been a 4-3-3. They were brought up in Mestalla, 4-3-3. He's going for 3-4-3. With Messi's pressing now. He's running. He's playing the top man. He can go wherever he wants.
Could go wherever he wants. He's been unbelievable. He's been unbelievable this season.
Yeah, because of Ronald Koeman.
Let me just say this as well, Budgie. I think we always mentioned about the supporting cast when we worked together. We talked about the supporting cast that Messi has, and this season it didn't look as strong as it was last season. But you've got to give credit. Pedri coming in has been fantastic for the team. I think the young
American boy
Dest has been excellent. Jordi Alba on the left-hand side, he's not a left back anymore. He's a left wing back. He's finding life so much better because he's attacking more.
But they're playing the back three.
That's right.
And we all used to know when the fullbacks came up with a 4-3-3, they'd come out of position. One ball in behind used to beat them.
Yes.
Anything in the sides of the field, they were beaten. With PK and Langlet.
And Langley,
they could not get, they couldn't supervise that space.
Yeah.
But now they've got three defenders, out and out defenders. That's enough. Because in a 4, if one goes forward, one stays back. So you've always got 3. But it's changed the system. You defend. You make sure you get a clean sheet. And then the Messi can do what they want. The Jordi Alba can come forward. Messi can do what he wants. They're all working hard as a team.
And very hard. And they do have the momentum, Budgie.
They have the momentum, but they're going to win it. He has done a fantastic job. Let me tell you, by sorting Messi out, his strength to put the club back on the train, back on the track. And he's brought in young players, brought in young lads.
Yeah, who have done well, done really well.
Done well. Yeah, I can't believe it. He's a young pig. How do you say Piggy?
Oh, Ricky Puig. Ricky Puig.
Ricky Puig. Yeah, I think he's a super player.
Me too.
He's going to be a super player.
I don't think Koeman fancies him.
No, he's left him out. He's not in the team. But I fancy him.
No, I think he's a good player. Yeah, I think he's a good player.
Yeah, maybe he's just waiting a little bit to rebuild his strength up.
Maybe he is. So Budgie, here we go. So you think Barcelona are gonna win it?
Yes, but here's one for you. Here's one for you. Suarez, just top scorer in Atletico Madrid. Would he have got the goals? For Barcelona, he probably would have done.
He probably would have.
He probably would. Yeah, he's a box player.
Yeah, he's a box player now. He hasn't got the energy to run around anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to. He didn't get him because he was a bad. Koeman didn't kick him out because he was a bad player.
Mm-hmm.
He kicked him out because he's a Messi supporter.
Politics.
Kick Messi out.
Yeah,
politics.
Well,
and I said to you, I did a podcast with you 4 or 5 months ago when I said sell Messi. You know, when Barcelona were really struggling.
Yeah.
Before Koeman came in, and I would still now, 34 years old, try and get what you can for him. Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester City, they'll take him.
Budgie, hold on, Budgie. That's why I left this till last, because me and you are going to have an argument now. How can you sell a player who's running out of contract? His contract finishes in the summer. So you can't sell him.
Yeah, true. But what have I just said? 7 or 8 months ago, sell him.
And I said to you, they're not selling him. He'll wait till the end. And you said, no chance. You watch and see. They'll sell him. So it's another one you got wrong. That's another one you got wrong. That's another one you got wrong.
No, it's not. It isn't. I would have sold Lionel Messi, you know, before I'd sold Suarez. You know, I know Barcelona wouldn't have been the same. You there?
Yeah, of course I am. I'm listening. I can't believe what you're saying.
I just thought you'd froze. I would have sold Lionel Messi before I sold Suarez. You know, but he's a better manager than me. Is Mr. Koeman. He's proved himself to me. And if they win the league, you know, which I think they will do, I think they'll overtake
Atletico. Yeah. I think it's going to come down to that game. Barcelona versus Atletico.
Where's it at?
It's at the Camp Nou.
Camp Nou. Oh, they'll beat them. They'll beat them there. You know, I do like Atletico Madrid. You know, I like the way they play, the way they're tight, they're disciplined.
Yeah.
You know.
And they got the best goalkeeper in the world for me.
Oblak. Jan Oblak.
I think he's the best.
Me as well. He's a great keeper. You know, Ter Stegen hasn't had a good season this year as well.
He's had a good season. Ter Stegen.
No, he hasn't.
He has.
No, not good. Last year.
Again, do you actually watch the games, Budgie? Ter Stegen's been brilliant. Ter Stegen's been brilliant.
What position did you play, lad?
Hey, listen, I played striker and I dealt with enough goalkeepers in my time like you.
Oblak's better than Ter Stegen.
The Oblak's the best. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, for sure. I do like. How did you come in? Here's one for you. I'm going to ask you a question. Why do all the Spanish goalkeepers go to England and they bring in Germans and they bring in Czechs? You know, they're the best goalkeepers in. They bring in the Belgians, you know, to play in the biggest 3 teams. Why don't they go and get a Spanish goalkeeper if they're so good?
Budgie, don't forget.
Good point.
Very good point, because they're trying to buy the elite goalkeepers. Whoever the elite goalkeeper is, that's who they go for.
Well, you asked me a question an hour ago. It was the best goalkeepers in. There was not one Spanish goalkeeper there. You know,
in the Premier League.
Yeah.
You
know, there's a lot of them now. You know, because they can reckon they're better with the feet than the.
Well, big money. Remember, Chelsea bought Kepa for big money.
And 75 million.
Yeah, and they've had to bring in another keeper. So
exactly. You know, and he's better. He does the job.
He's excellent.
He does the job.
Doesn't say a word, but gets on with it.
I seen Kepa about 4 or 5 months ago bottle it. You know, he came and he's bottled it. I kick him out of the football club right away. Anybody, you know, that's where I first look as a goalkeeper, Kevin. Is he brave?
Yeah.
Does he think about it when he goes in at your feet? When he comes out, does he think about getting battered? Does he think about, you can't do that. You've got to go for that ball. If you get battered, you get battered. If you get your teeth knocked out, you get your teeth knocked out. That's it. All Blacks like that.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
Budgie,
Test
Budgie, the thing is, none of them want to look like you, Budgie, at the end.
Oh, so you're abusing me now.
No, I'm being serious. None of them want to look like. I mean, how many times your nose been broken? You know, you were.
In time.
Yeah, you were beyond brave a lot of the time, Budgie. That's my point.
You've got to be that when you're passionate about the game. That's why you go. That's how you go in. You know, like Mr. Testegen. I see them. You know, now they don't go 100% for the ball. You know, they freeze. They do this. What do they call it? K jump or star jump? Star jump or K jump. It's got a new name now, and it's called the technical word for it is 5-point block. You know, this is how they actually coach it now, Kevin.
Really?
Yeah, the goalkeeper coaches actually coach that now.
Budgie, incredible. But listen, Budgie, I know you haven't been well, and I want to thank you for your time. And just tell us a little bit about. So you've actually got the coronavirus, have you, Budgie?
Yeah. I went to the hospital and it was detected that I had coronavirus. And let me tell you, Kevin, I was skeptical about it. I was one of those, you know, it doesn't exist. It's all about money making in the hospitals and what have you. But I've never felt like this before in my life. Yeah. Seriously. You know, I last Friday, a week ago, I was shivering in bed. You know, and that was awful. Felt terrible, dizzy. For 3 days, I felt like that. And I'm starting to get better now. You know, I'm here for a fortnight. It's a week now, so I've got a week left. You know, and I'm on antibiotics now. Stay in the house, stay in bed. You know, but it's getting better now, Kevin. Let me tell you. I'm going to tell you, Kev. If you have medical problems, like a kidney or heart, you know, bad heart, or your lungs are not working properly, and you get this, I can see why so many people have died. If you're not strong, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Ex-footballers like me, I'm 40, it's gone. You know, but if you've
got underlying health issues,
you're smoking cigarettes and you're obese, fat, you know, you've got a problem, Kevin. This 3 days it kills you. You know, all my muscles in my body, when my heart would bump, it's like that. All my muscles bump. Oh, it was awful. My head was bad. Yeah, thank God I'm okay now.
Yeah, well, it's good to see you on the men, Budgie, and I just wanted to say that it's great to speak to you. And listen, you go and enjoy some of that current bum behind you, the sunshine.
Oh, no, I never go in it, Kevin.
No, I know. Well, unless you're on the beach.
No, unless I'm playing football.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm playing football, I like the sunshine. And yeah, it's a bit warm now. It's about. I think it's about 24, 25 now. It's a little bit warm.
It's nice. Hey, listen. Well, it's April now, and say hello to April. It's April, and say hello to April. And Budgie, thank you for your time, and we'll speak again definitely before the end of the season.
Brilliant, and I'll be better then. I'll be bouncy.
Lovely,
as usual.
Fantastic, Budgie.
See you, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Ta-da.